Guys, please do not let kids watch this video. Carnage is actually slaughtering all the enemies in Timeline Battle multiple times. Let there be carnage. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna go through Superior Carnage in more depth because I feel like, I did the showcase for him, I was with Null and swapping CTPs, and I did that during Black Friday, so you can take advantage of the deals and unequip CTPs, swap CTPs and stuff like that. But now I want to do a dedicated Carnage video for his performance in PvP, specifically on Timeline Battle, with a build that I'm gonna show you. And also it's me playing manual after a really long time. I kind of, I haven't played manual a really long time, but I undust my skills and went there for you, played 3 days, 3 matches, 30 matches, and I'm gonna show you how many wins I did, how many loses. The main reason Carnage is losing against the top metas. I'm using a double support team for Carnage with his leadership. As you can see, it's Colossus and Agent Venom. I have 4-star artifact for Agent Venom and Carnage. And for Carnage, I'm also rocking a Brilliant Refinement. It's something that I'm gonna explain why I'm using this and what other CTPs I end up feeling fits to him. Easy peasy to go and equip. So the worst part of his uniform, it's these two options here. It's bad characters that you need to use Mega Tier 2 tickets, and I'm skipping. Also Fury, there are only these two. I guess it's cool. But yes, the point is Carnage has a place on Timeline Battle right now in 2024, and it's wild, guys. It's the only character that I have managed to go into Challenger of Timeline Battle. I have gone 2 times, both times with Carnage, when Carnage had this uniform and he was meta for PvP, specifically Timeline Battle. So let's go through his skill set, see what I was doing. I'm gonna show you all the good news, the wins, and all the bad news, and why I feel like he has disadvantage against some specific characters and advantage against some other characters. So before we go through this showcase, guys, I want you to make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know down below in the comments how your Carnage looks like. It's naked, no CTP, has no uniform, you miss his artifact, you don't even have the character. Let me know. Okay, let's start from somewhere, and you need to consider that we're talking about a native tier 1 character fighting with beasts, and I'm calling all the enemies beasts because they are native tier 2. They're really long into the meta. I'm Warlock, Wolverine, Sentry, Silver Surfer, and now Null, and of course Carnage is all over the timeline. So his build, it's not like perfect. I have double physical attack, double HP. My stats looks like that. I am capped on most stats that actually matters. I'm not capped on dodge, which is really important for PvP. But yeah, because of my cards, I can't beat dodge there, and this is really bad for me. You need to consider that he has guard break immunity on his kit, so you can use whatever CTP and have great results. The point is that his skills seems like not having priority, and he doesn't have super guard break immunity into his kit like some characters have, Sentry, etc, etc, and his skills does not have super guard break immunity. Some of them has actually his 5th skill, but you need to consider that he has guard break on most of his skills, and if the enemy has super guard break immunity on his skills, that means that you have to chill and wait until you have ready your super guard break immunity from the CTP. That's why, in my opinion, you should equip a character, any CTP that has super guard break immunity. The one that fits him the most is perhaps Vitality, perhaps Authority, Conquest, or Greed. in my mind, you know, I test this all in one video, and in my mind, refinement for manual gameplay, it's the best to go through because you heal, you get, you know, your super garbage unity, you heal also, and then for the period of time that vitality provides you this buff, you're able to actually slaughter the enemy. It's 6 seconds, my roll at least, perhaps I think there is a 7 seconds to let's figure out. No, this is the best roll, so it's for 6 seconds, this super garbage unity, and this super garbage unity lets you use actually your skills against any enemy, because if the enemy is into a knife frame or he's using a super garbage immunity skill, you're not able to use your skills, or your 5th skill is getting cancelled. So let me show you some examples of my wins, and let's go through how I'm using the character and all these, you know, situations that you have to go through playing manual on timeline battle. So enjoy. So before we start, I want to mention also that if you see having guard break immunity on his skills, that means that you can go there and use him as a hybrid character, using on him an energy, using on him a rage. But the point is that all this CTP does not provide you the super guard break immunity that vitality, abuse, class, or steal, the abilities from the 4 PvP CTPs provide you, except regeneration, which does not have super guard break immunity. You know, even if you can hit the energy, you can't cast against the enemies, and that's the most annoying. And the other good part is that with the defensive CTPs, you don't need to cast skills, so the CTP is charging depending on the damage you are getting. So the more damage you get, the easier your CTP is getting charged. So combined with the accumulation he has on his 3rd skill or on his 6th skill, he gets some extra buff on his hits, and he ends up, when he has super guard break immunity, casting his 5th skill and kill everyone. So let's start and check out how he looks like. The game plan generally is sacrifice my Agent Venom, sacrifice my Colossus, then stay with Carnage, try to cast anything until my super guard break immunity is up and I'm able to cast my 5th skill. Here, as you can see, I managed to cast a 5th skill, but didn't have great success. The 5th skill actually killed the enemy sentry. The teams I'm fighting, you can figure out how strong they are, showing their HP, and you can understand the cards, but I'm gonna show you also how many points I'm getting through timeline battle while I'm winning the fights. Here I just killed a sentry and I'm trying to kill the enemy Wolverine. As you can see, with the Wolverine is like cat and mouse, you know, you need to drop your 5th skill, enable his immortality, and then to do another 5th skill to kill him. He wanna do exactly the same. He wanna go through his 5th skill, drop your immortality, and then kill you with his 5th skill. A really good way to go and hide your character is using the 4th skill, and also the 4th skill provides you extra hits and extra damage. As you can see there, I took 79 points. That means that I went through and find a good team on timeline battle, at least someone who were farming, you know, timeline battle on manual. Here, as you can see, Silver Surfer is perhaps the easiest character to kill with Carnage. You have just to circle around the character, avoid getting counter attack from his 3rd skill, and then attack with your 5th skill. You don't want to attack to Silver Surfer with your 5th skill while he is doing his counter attack or while he is having his reflect on. So you don't want to go and use skills that don't have iframe ignore. And the skills are iframe in the same time. My 5th skill is iframe, has iframe ignore, and it's really good skill to go and kill Silver Surfers. Here, as you can see with Sentry, I'm struggling to use any skills, and this is the situation that I don't have the super guard break immunity. The moment the super guard break immunity pops, I am debuffed there. Sentries are the worst part of timeline battle right now against Carnage. It's really hard to even cast a skill, but the moment you're gonna cast your 5th skill, you're probably gonna get a win there because it feels easy. Here, the 4th skill also gives you an iframe, so you can go from 4th to 5th and do some extra damage, and be sure that you're not gonna get reflected from the enemy Silver Surfer. While Wolverine is using his skills, I suggest you to run around, because there are some extra damage going on while he's falling. If you stay inside the skill, there are some area of effect damage in the ground, so you're avoiding them while moving. Same thing for Sentry. As you can see here, the little bar below my name, below my HP bar, actually it's the CTP bar for Carnage, and the moment my bar is charged, I can actually cast my 5th skill. Here, as you can see, the moment the bar of Brilliant Egg went up, I was able to cast skills. Here I swapped just to be safe. I'm double swapping characters for the main reason is to go through and use my 5th skill the moment I enter the fight, because you want to have your skills charged, and also I'm avoiding dying from enemy skills, because Sentry stacks you inside the guard break and you can't do shit. You're like this, you can't cast skills. Here I just killed a Sentry, it was level 80, I just noticed, and this is an old uniform Wolverine that you're not actually getting a lot of damage from them. And it was a support with Colossus. Here again, another easy match against Silver Surfer. The enemy does not have any support, so I'm using Colossus and Agent Venom to go through. I suggest you to do that, if you want to use only Carnage. I'm not suggesting to anyone to use only Carnage. I'm just telling you, if you want to do that, you should go double support and aim for teams that does not use supports. Because with this way, you're getting less damage and you can actually kill easier the enemies. If you go against a team that also has Colossus or also has Agent Venom, you're gonna struggle sometimes produce damage with your Carnage, because other than 5th skill, all the other skills can get cancelled, can get avoided from the enemy. The only skill that actually do most of the kills, as you can notice here, it's his 5th skill. But the moment the 5th skill pops, you can see the immortality of Wolverine went off, and I killed him immediately right after. Here I swapped from my Agent Venom to Colossus again. There is some situations that I barely cast any skills, guys. Here I killed him for cancel 5. For cancel 5, it's the skill set that I'm using most of the times, because my 1st, 2nd and 3rd are not even clickable. His priority on skills is really bad on the rest of the skills. Only the 5th skill has some extra value. Here I fight Thanos, Sentry and Wolverine, all of them tier 4, and went through winner. It was impressive, but as I told you, because I used double support, my character is not getting a lot of damage. You need to consider about CDPs that Authority has similar value, and you can see similar results with the Egg. Greed also is something that being used from players, but in my mind, he doesn't need damage, so I don't want to give him Greed or Conquest. I have limited also, and the regen feels like really good for him because he has already Guard Break in his kit, and the Super Guard Break immunity combined with heal provides you extra safety to go through enemies and actually kill them. Here again, another victory. I'm dropping first the victories just to cheer you up and let you know that he is really cool. I don't feel like he is the strongest character in the PvP, for sure. As I'm telling you right now, if you don't have Super Guard Break immunity, Sentry kills you like, really easy. Really easy. You drop down like a shit. You can't stay. You can't cast skills. Sentries can kill you easy peasy. You need to play manual, you need to play multiple times to get used to the character. Null also is a really good situation here. He can make you, the guard break here. As you can see, I haven't my debuff for some reason. And yes, your debuff has a cooldown, so sometimes you're stunned. As you can see here, Null is hitting me like a box, like we're playing box and I'm dazed or something. But in the end of the day, I managed to kill him. It's level 80. I didn't find a lot of tier 4 null that don't have double support into the timeline battle by the time I was recording. Yeah, but if null has double support now, you know, Colossus and Agent Venom, or a team with Carnage lead, Agent Venom and null, it's really hard pick to go for your Carnage. Null is actually destroying right now the meta in timeline battle, and Carnage is a really cheap solution to go and counter characters like Sentry, characters like Null. In my mind, you know, if I had to put a ranking right now on timeline battle, I would put like first Null, second still Sentry, and third, if not, you know, if not Carnage, I would put Wolverine, and after Carnage. Because right now, timeline battle, guys, it's like rock, paper, scissors, you know, rock, paper, scissors. If you have Sentry, you have an advantage against some specific characters. If you have Wolverine, you have advantage against some others, etc, etc. Carnage can kill pretty much everyone, but he suffers from Wolverine sometimes. Wolverine can kill easy Sentry, but can kill easy Sentry and can kill easy Null, but he suffers from Carnages, and he can kill also easy Adam Warlocks. Carnage can lose easy from Adam Warlocks, and you know, Null is actually killing everyone right now. Perhaps the disadvantage only for Null is you know, Wolverine. I would say Wolverine. Wolverine is the hardest to go through against for manual. Silver Surfer is the big loser in this update. I mean, he's really strong for real. He is the only that can counter actively Null on his autoplay. So yeah, Null is actually losing from Silver Surfer's manual easy because of the reflect, and you need to pay attention. But yes, right now it's not like there is a specific best character in timeline battle. It's Null, Sentry, and then it's Wolverine, Carnage, and Silver Surfer that can kill some, can lose from others. In my mind, the biggest disadvantage of Carnage is Sentry, and the fact that he's getting super guard break immunity and cancels your skills if you don't have the super guard break immunity yourself. It's really weird, but if you don't have the super guard break immunity, all the other skills does not have a priority, so you're ending up looking at the enemy and you can't cast anything. You can see here I killed a Sentry that he was using Ebony Maw double support and Colossus, but Ebony Maw is not providing any buff to the enemy through, you know, for combat. It's only for universals. As you can see, I'm trying to play with the highest enemy I could fight. Here, Silver Surfer and Sentry with support of Colossus. You know, when the enemy has support, Colossus or Agent Venom or whatever, something that reduces the damage he's taking, my Carnage struggles to kill them with one shot. But here is an example that you can, and you can see that he has 400,000 HP. I have 500, no, I have the same, and I'm using an egg. So this account, this Sentry on this account, it's pretty busted. You can understand from the HP. So look at what Sentry is doing to me. He's torturing me, and I'm waiting the 5th skill. I can't cast shit. My 5th skill got cancelled from his guard break immunity, from his super guard break skills. And yes, Silver Surfer, piece of cake, 5th skill. I almost killed myself, I think, on this one. I was cocky, you know, I was like, you know what, let's go, let's kill him. And he enabled my artifact, no. Yeah, that's all the victories you're going to see for today, because now we have some loses. And, you know, I saw you the good part of Carnage. Let me show you the bad part, the one that you can't do shit and the enemy is destroying you. So if you were counting, it was 12 wins in 3 days of dailies on timeline battle. So I did in 30 matches 12 wins. Yeah, is this a good, you know, a good percentage? In my book, is a good percentage if you have to consider what are you fighting for, you know, against. It's Sentry, it's Null, it's Wolverine, it's Silver Surfer, it's Adam Warlock. I think you haven't seen any Adam Warlock yet, because every Adam Warlock was ripping me. But yes, let me show you what's going on with my defeats. It was 18 of them, so 12 wins, 18 defeats for a native tier 1 character that you must have at least a 4-star version of his artifact. You have to consider that if you have a 5-star artifact, if you have a 6-star artifact, your performance is going to be way better. And also, I want to show you how my emblems looks like for Timeline Battle. You need to consider that the teams I was fighting are people playing on a very high level and having their Timeline Battle emblems probably leveled up, because I'm not playing manual. The teams that I fought here on manual is on high ranking, so that means that these players actually care about timeline. They're not like me. Here I did kill the sentry, but then I think the enemy Wolverine hooked me, and yeah, look at this. It's so disgusting, you know. Until you have your super garbage immunity, you can't do shit. You're just looking at the enemy and the enemy is ripping you. But you can see here Sentry, Silver Surfer and Wolverine, the enemies. The Wolverine is using the old uniform, and some sentries, bro, I'm telling you, some sentries is not letting you to do anything. I killed him, okay. You can see I consistent kill Sentry, even if I'm losing through Wolverines. Sentry doesn't feel like the problem, at least on manual play, you know. I was feeling bad having Carnage losing over and over on my previous video, you know, where I was using him on auto. Here I was like, you know what, I'm killing him, and yes, I died. Now Carnage and Agent Venom is one of the worst teams to go against these days, and especially if you're just using poor Carnage with 4-star version of his artifact. I'm still standing. I haven't enabled my artifact yet, I think, at least. The enemy now is hitting me down like I'm an octopus and he want to make me spread or something. Yes, I'm getting hits over and over and I can't do shit, bro. I can't do shit. The enemy is not getting any damage and I'm desperate. Look at this. He's hitting me down here and there. My 5th skill does not do shit on him, and that's something that, you know, you need to consider, that if the enemy has Agent Venom and it's Carnage or Null, the damage you're producing is way less. Here's Sentry again. Oh my god, he popped out my immortality. I didn't even swap into my Colossus. I didn't have time. He hooked me in the super guard break immunity there and super guard break skill, and I was just looking him destroying my HP. I managed to kill him once, I managed to kill him twice, and you know, for some people killing Sentry twice is enough. You know, if I had choose to use another character instead of Colossus, a damage dealer like Sentry or Null, you know, or Wolverine, you know, all you want is to kill Sentry with one character and have Wolverine to kill now, let's say. So there are a lot of options right now in Timeline Battle. As you can see, all the teams I'm fighting are pretty much different. You know, people using Silver Surfer, people using Null, people using Sentry, people using supports, people using 3 DPSs. So you can find a lot of teams, different teams. The top teams, of course, end up having all of them now, but yes, you can find some and avoid, you know, go and swap and go to pick some enemies that do not have like maxed builds and tier 4s now like this. Look at this. My 5th skill, even with super guard break immunity, got cancelled there. And I have to talk to you about a mistake I was doing sometimes. I figure out this later on. In my mind, you know, when Sentry starts cast, you should wait him to do his skills and then cast your 5th skill, or else your 5th skill is getting cancelled or ignored from the enemy Sentry. One mistake is this, and one other mistake that I figure out that I was doing a lot was during your super guard break immunity, you know, you're casting your 5th skill, and if you press other skills during the fight, you know, your 5th skill is getting cancelled, and the 5th skill has some extra damage while he's hitting the ground. So you're doing an attack and then he hits the ground and some extra fire pops out, so you shouldn't cancel the 5th skill. and you should let 5th skill place until the end. I suggest you to go and use skills before 5th skill, like the 3rd skill, like the 4th skill. The 4th skill adds some extra hits with these guns that flies around, that pops out outside the slime. As you can see here, Silver Surfers are really piece of cake. I can kill them immediately. I just killed the sentry there, and the sentry has the same HP with me, and yes, I'm rocking an egg. I'm saying about egg because egg, guys, you need to consider that provides you extra HP that, you know, my characters should have more HP than any other enemy here because most of the people are not using eggs. Wolverine here, it's the only that survived to kill my Carnage. So I'm tunnel vision on killing sentries, and yes, this is something Carnage can do, guys. If you're struggling killing sentry, look at this. It's a piece of cake. You don't need special build, you don't need 5-star artifact, you don't need 6-star artifact. You can have Carnage, swap him in, do a 5th skill with Super Guardian Immunity, or while the enemy sentry has already done his 5th skill perhaps, and it's on cooldown, you know, you can count yourself, see the sentry, use the 5th skill, swap in your Carnage, let him end his 5th skill, and then cast your 5th skill, so you can have him get the damage. Or else your skills are getting cancelled, as I told you. The rest of the skills, it's really annoying, the fact that you can't even cast them. I'm not sure what's going on with him. It's the soft spot of him 100%, you know. You can't have him cast the skills every single time. You need the Super Guardian Immunity. That's why I'm not suggesting to anyone to go and equip a Rage or an Energy or something else than Egg, Authority, Greed, or Conquest. These 4 CTPs that provides you Super Guardian Immunity, it's the only way your Carnage can actually work for PvP. Here is an old uniform Wolverine that actually kills my Carnage. Somehow we need to figure out what this punk did to me. But yes, I popped his immortality, and then I wasn't able to end the job, and he was into his Super Guard Break skill, his 5th skill, and I wasn't able to touch him at all. Even if I cast my 5th skill, you saw there, he didn't took any damage, and I didn't have my immortality. So 1 vs 1, I could also kill him, but yes, I had popped my immortality previously, killing other characters. In my mind, you know, the 12 victories are great, but this 18 defeats, you know, the time I died, you know, most of the times I killed something. I killed the Sentry, I killed the Null, I killed the Wolverine, I killed the Surfer, and this is a really nice fact, you know. It's a win for Carnage, it's a win for Kaleidoscopy. He is back in the meta from being one Alliance Conquest or other World Battle only, you know, character. You can see people using him on Alliance Tournament. I'm using him on Alliance Tournament this week. I'm really curious how he goes. I saw others using him on, you know, on Alliance Tournament the previous week, and I didn't. So I'm jealous, and I'm gonna go and use him. And that's what I'm gonna do later on this week. I have already set the team with him lead. It's Carnage lead, Null, and Agent Venom for Alliance Tournament. My Carnage has the Brilliant Egg. My Null has Mighty Greed with Universal and Speed proc. And Agent Venom does not have an Insight or Liberation. He should have something, but he has 4-star artifact. Like the rest of the, you know, Null does not have his artifact. I have a generic 6-star. A generic 6-star artifact actually helps you to build faster, one that has concentration on, helps you build faster your CTPs, and also has better results on your CTPs. Here I wasn't paying attention on, you know, on the enemy Silver Surfer. I was trying to bully the enemy Silver Surfer, and I end up losing from the Silver Surfer. It's exactly the same reason that I told you that he is easy. You know, if you play with a plan, you can kill him really easy. If you play reckless, you can end up dying like a shit. Here I think I'm killing Sentry, and I end up losing from the enemy Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is really strong enemy of Carnage, guys. He makes him suffer a lot. You can't touch him. He's actually really tough enemy, especially if he has Colossus as a support. You need to consider that he has type advantage, and also he has Colossus buff, which is huge for timeline battle. You can see here, I didn't have also my immortality. The enemy sentry died, but he ended up giving his position to Adam Warlock, who I was afraid of. I dodged somehow his second skill, but the second time his second skill killed me. Another Adam Warlock here. I think same situation happened. It's exactly the same team also, if I see well. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Now I'm gonna kill him. You can see here, the enemy sentry actually has more HP than my Carnage. I think is ZK something. It's a dude on timeline battle forever on Vibranium top rankings. You know, look at this, 600,000. The enemy sentry with his cards on has 600,000. Oh my god, I'm fighting really strong enemies, guys. It's no joke. Here I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go reckless. I don't care if he counterattacks, I don't care about anything. And yes, Adam killed me again. You should have a plan with Adam Warlock and don't let him go through his counterattack, his second skill. You should let him use the second skill and then do your fifth skill, or else you're gonna have the results you just saw. It's really hard to kill them either way. But yes, you can see how you suffer sometimes from the enemy sentry. You can't even cast. I didn't even cast. I had the super guard immunity and I couldn't even use my fifth skill. It's really annoying, but also you need to consider that until now, perhaps I lost only one time from sentry my Carnage. Even if you suffer, you know, if you cast your fifth skill, you can end up kill the enemy sentry. And I lost before, and perhaps I'm gonna lose now too, but I have killed multiple times double life of the enemy sentry. And the fact that sentry was the best character one update before, and now we have Carnage, and now doing that, and Carnage is actually cheap if you consider most of the players having him all these years, you know. You just buy a uniform, you just do a native tier 1, tier 4, and you go through timeline battle and you can do some kills against these super expensive characters. Now costed me 200 million, costed me 10,000 carbonadium, and my Carnage cost me something around 5,000. So it's half the tier 4 materials, half the cost for the uniform. Not half the cost for a uniform, but something similar. It's way less at least. So yeah, it's really impressive. His performance, it's really impressive. You need to consider that he's really strong. He's top 5, easy peasy right now in the game. He put out of the PvP meta characters like Thanos, Madeline, characters like Deadpool, you know. Adam is still there just because he has type advantage. But still, for timeline battle, Adam Warlock has huge disadvantage against Null. So because timeline battle is full of Nulls, you're not gonna see anywhere Adam Warlocks except the dude I was fighting before. Overall, as you already know, I'm a big fan of symbiotes, and the fact that my boy Cletus Cassidy can pull out all this work for timeline battle makes me really happy. And I'm looking forward to use him even more. Perhaps I'm gonna max his Odin's Blessing, give him more physical attack Odin's Blessing. But yes, he's really strong, guys. He's no joke. I'm suggesting for players to go and buy him, not over Null, Sentry or Wolverine. But you know, if you can't go for these characters because they're expensive, native tier 2, native tier 3, you know, he's a good solution. If you play smart on timeline battle, you can see results, a lot of results. I was focusing on showcasing him. That's why I use a team with double support and him only. You can use him as an alternative on a team with Null or Sentry or Wolverine and take over the enemy sentries and Null. So it's not like I'm suggesting you to go and solo with Carnage. This has, you saw there, it's 12 against 18 wins versus loses. So yeah, overall, I feel like it's the perfect update for symbiotes, and I'm really glad for my boy Carnage. Waiting your comments. What do you think about him? How are you using him? And yeah, that's all. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you like also symbiotes. See you into the next kisses in your faces.